Good afternoon, everyone. Tallying the cold records. I'm enjoying the snow-covered cacti images. Over to Europe, snow-covered beaches. What a holiday this will make. Greece, warm, maybe not, multiple feet of snow. And this is how much snow is in the beginning of the currently raging weather fronts across Europe. And during these uncertain times, I've teamed up with my Patriot Supply long-term food storage. A nice, affordable starter kit, 2-week food supply, 1,500 calories per day, breakfast, lunch, and dinners, plus the 4-gallon storage containers included in that. This is a good first step in getting more self-sufficient. And if you click through the Prepare with ADAPT 2030 page in My Patriot Supply, you can get this starter kit for $75. Please remember there's a limit of 2 per household in this special offer. Over the last few days, we've seen this break in the jet streams where it's pushing warmer air north, and we get these cooler pocket breakoffs pulling south. We've seen this across the northern hemisphere at the moment. But tallying up the record cold, Arizona is where a lot of these stories are focused due to the intense snowfall. And a lot of images being passed around the internet right now are the cacti that are covered in snow. Not normal. SOT.net picking it up here. Extraordinary, huge stretches of American deserts blanketed in snow. Grand Canyon, temperatures dropping below freezing, but it's all about the snow covering the cacti. Rare winter storm. Let's zoom in on that a little bit. These are the most fascinating photos. Because when you're seeing images of these types of cacti, it's always in an incredibly hot desert area. People crawling on their hands and knees looking for the last drop of water. Well, they wouldn't have to go very far. They could just wait for the melt off. Again, it seems like that heavy, wet snow that's in between season. So we'll take a journey across the snow-covered desert here. Any of the plants you recognize that would be tropical varieties or desert varieties that don't really grow well in snow. You know, California last year had massive rains and the deserts bloomed even visible from space. So I'm curious what this runoff will do, especially coming up in springtime because the moisture will be held here into the soil. Now we're starting to see the same type of weather patterns that we saw last year with the extreme late onset of winter, with the early cold in the autumn and then warmer than average coming into. So everybody's claiming global warming in December. But that all ends in January. And as we saw, this is going to extend well into the springtime planting season, which is going to delay planting again. We're going to have wetter than normal planting conditions, cooler than normal soils, and it's just a 2.0 from last year. So look for more crop losses coming up. 2019, anywhere you see the purple, looking at about 16 to 20 degrees Celsius below normal, which is about 30 degrees Fahrenheit. But notice the ribbon of destruction that will be passing over the entire eastern seaboard. When you see that multicolored candy cane looking shape, that is where the 2 weather fronts are smashing. You're going to get hail, thunderstorms, possible tornadoes, and everything in between as these 2 fronts collide and pass. And over into Europe, half of Greece is covered in snow, and the blizzard raging from Italy through Poland, Slovenia, coastal snows here in Greece. And as I was looking to the images, I thought, well, okay, there's some snow, coastal, maybe a little bit. And then I started to get the images coming off of some more news feeds of how heavy the snow really is. Low altitude, coastal, as well as a little bit higher elevation in Greece, looking at something around 2.5 to 3 feet. And as I was digging through, I saw this very interesting solar water heater. And I was thinking, all right, you know, the new Green Deal with Ocasio-Cortez wanting to bring us to all solar panels, etc. If the snows are affecting the output on the solar water heaters, what's the decrease in total solar irradiance going to do for the decrease if we're going to revamp America's power into solar panels? Something they're not really talking about too much. So a glimpse into Italian beaches. If you're on a holiday and you were expecting warmer than average temperatures and a nice balmy, you got the opposite, snow on the beaches. White out here. Not too many beach chairs out there, do you see? And in Puglia, The reason I'm showing this image is this is the third winter in a row that they've received snow on the beach. Hadn't happened since the 1970s, but here we are again. It seems to be a repeating cycle. The snow on the beaches, lower elevations across Europe, Mediterranean, seems to be the new thing. And food for thought. January 4th was the beginning of the storm that is still passing over the Alps and Eastern Europe. This was the first dump of snow. The real snows came on the 6th. So can you imagine how much snow there is up there in Abruzzo? Again, we've seen this for the third year in a row. Record snows up in Abruzzo, Italy. Grand solar minimums intensifying, and the mainstream media keeps focusing on that one little blob of heat up in the Arctic to assure you that global warming is still raging across the planet. You make your own choice. I'm just presenting you the information. Thanks for watching. Hope you got something out of the video. If you like more information like this in 30 minutes at a time on the go, Mini Ice Age Conversations podcast available anywhere podcasts are hosted across the net.